Okay, so what is the purpose of tonight? The purpose of tonight is to help each of you make a decision. What do I want to earn in Success Sprint for Q1? We're calling it the Sprint to Convention. We're going to give you all of the strategies that we know for each of the categories. And then we're going to talk to you about why it's important to get there. We have some really amazing speakers, but I want to say this to you first. I remember my very first convention contest. We used to just have convention contest and leaders retreat contest. We transitioned to success sprints. And here's why. We did it because it actually creates a career mentality. It actually creates for you in your mind quarters. Doesn't that make you feel so like boss babe when you're like, oh, how'd you do Q1? Like Q2? It's making you talk like a person that actually believes that they have a business. When I went to my very first convention, I went as a top prize earner. That was not something that I actually knew would be possible for me, but I also had made a plan and I decided I'd work it. I'd be okay with wherever it ended up, but I was going to work this plan. So that's what I want you guys to do tonight. And I will tell you, there's nothing like going to a dinner with a bunch of Plexus people where they've taken a brand and branded a steak with the word Plexus in it. Like, who does that? We literally went to winner's dinner and there's a steak with the word Plexus on it. I felt weird eating it. And then like there was another amazing event where Kenny G came and played his oboe in our faces. It was just weird, but great. And you just don't forget these moments. So I'm going to talk to you tonight about how to get retention credits, but you're going to hear first from a couple of my friends. So you're going to hear from Diamond Krista Dearey right now. She's going to talk to you about two things to get you really motivated to listen, about keeping your head in the game. So we're not going to wait till the last week. And then why should you even care? Why do you even need to care about this convention contest? I'm going to mute. Take it away.
Amazing. I still remember my first convention, going to winner's dinner and calling my husband in tears because it was actually the nicest dinner I had ever experienced in my entire life. And I will never forget that. Okay, why care? Well, my question back to you would be, why not care? I just really want to challenge you for a hot second. We're just going to like come out shooting at you. Like if you don't care and you haven't printed out the success sprints like tracker and how to earn it, and you haven't set your mind on a goal and strategize and talk to your spouse if you're married and got your kids involved, I encourage you tonight after this Zoom, begin to unpack what has held you back. Because if you don't care, I would dare say this isn't yet a business for you. Literally, I truly mean it. If you are not caring about getting yourself to convention, and you might as well go for free with all the cash prizes, if you're not caring, this actually is not a business to you quite yet. There's something in between your ears that's holding you back. And I would encourage you with everything inside me to throw that away and run after what's in front of you. I started my business this time of year. I was a brand new ambassador in January. And because of that, as I built my business, I ended up earning many things on the convention contest. I didn't even really know there was a contest at first. But it's because of that that I could afford my very first convention. Because when I started, you guys, we were broker than broke. We were food stamps broke. We were no electricity, water turned off, broke. We were fundraisers for our special needs child, broke. We were say no to getting together with girls because I couldn't afford Starbucks, broke. There's no way I could have afforded to go to convention, but there's no way I could have not afforded to go to convention. I can look back with hindsight, 2020 vision, and see that had I missed that convention, I do not believe I would be here today as a diamond. I do not believe my husband would be home full time. I do not believe we would have achieved all of these things had I missed that very pivotal moment of attending a convention. And so first of all, answer the question for yourself. Why not give it your all and go for it? But I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should totally care. So if you have a pen and paper, write this down. Yourself, your team, your audience. Number 1, do it for yourself, because you're worth it and your family's worth it. And everything that it takes to go big in the Success Sprints contest moves the needle in a legacy income for your family, a residual income for your family, an income that grows while you sleep, an income that is willable for generations to come. And where else do you get that? For $40, I was handed an opportunity that changed, I'm like shaking, that changed everything for my family. And because of that, I will continue to share again and again and again, because there will always be one more person that is praying for an answer just like this. And I refuse to take it for granted. So do it for yourself. All of the things that earn you credits will completely shift your business. I so delighted at the end of last quarter seeing team members run after their success sprints goals, because do you know what happened? They ranked up. They re-ranked. Many of them had their highest pay points they had ever achieved because they were going after Leaders Retreat. They were going after a contest. Maybe that sounds silly to you, but it's not. It changed their income. It changed their rank. It changed their future. So the second is do it for your team. Whatever you're doing, your team will duplicate. So what do you want your team doing? Do you want your team excited about it? Then be excited about it. Do you want your team to attend events? Because that's what you do as business owners. You go attend these things for further education. You model for your team what you want them to do. So imagine if your team is running at the same pace that you're running at it, and they're developing silvers and golds, and they're ranking and they're re-ranking, and they have their subscription set to earn credits on that, like all the things. Imagine all of your team members rowing at that same speed as you. Where could you be in 90 days? You know that urgency you can have at the end of the month? That like last, like the magic days there, the magic week where you're like going bonkers the last couple of days of the month. What if you had 90 days of that kind of urgency? Where would you be at the end of this quarter? Lastly, do it for your audience. Your audience needs to see that this is legit, that this is real. They need to see you all dolled up at winner's dinner. Why? Because you probably have some blue personalities that are going to see your post and be like, oh, well, that's fun. I want to do that too. And you're going to have some red personalities that are going to see the shout out of how much money you made from the convention contest and be like, oh, snap, I'm going to make that money myself, right? You have people watching you and they're going to see this is real to you. This isn't some cute little thing that you're doing on the side. This is real. They need to see you earn this. They need to see it. They're watching you. The next topic here really quick is to keep your head in the game. At the end of last quarter, as our family was traveling in a 15-passenger van across the country in all things chaos, I was sitting at the front of our van with a notebook helping people map out their goals and all the things, right? And I was looking at my husband's account. And right now our core focus on Chad's account is he's so close to Emerald. But I was like, babe, not only can we earn 4 more Disney tickets, but we can get the shopping spree. We can do it. And so I'm like going after it. Well, y'all, credits updated today, right? And I knew I had missed it. Barely, the shopping spree. Barely missed it. Here's the thing. I'm so grateful for all that we achieved. I mean, what a blessing to even have a couple of accounts. Like, that's ridiculous. You could have a husband and a wife account. It's just silliness. And what we earned is silliness. I'm so grateful. So why does it sting so bad? Because I know I didn't give it my all. Anyone else have kids? Maybe they like didn't ace a test, or maybe they didn't win their soccer game. But as mothers, fathers, right, we usually sit down with them and we're like, hey, it's okay. You gave it your all. You did your best. I can say, honestly, I didn't give it my best. Now that last week, I was going bonkers, but had I looked at it before, I really firmly believe we could have swept the contest on his leg. And I didn't. And I can give you every excuse under the sun. Were we moving across the country? Totally. Were we traveling like nutso people? Completely. Do I have 8 kids and special needs son and moving one of our adult kids across the country? Yep. And do I have a large team that I was helping? Yeah, totally. I could give you every excuse under the sun. Those are excuses. I didn't give it my all. And so I desire that each and every one of you on this Zoom tonight, at the end of 90 days, you need to at least be able to look back and say, no matter where you end up, can you at least say you stewarded this well? Can you at least be so proud of yourself and lay down at night in peace, knowing that you at least gave it your all? That's what matters more than anything else. But here are some key things that I look at for myself and for my team that show me that I have my head in the game. So you can write these down. Number 1, did you print out the sheets in the back office? I'm a pen and paper girl, okay? So print out the sheets that show you how you earn the credits and like have it posted in front of you at your desk, put it on your bathroom mirror too, or even your refrigerator, like keep it before your eyes so you're not forgetting about it. Number 2, set your goal, right? set a clear, concise goal of what you're going after and break that down. You can break it down monthly and even weekly. Number 3, do you have posters up, some dream boards, and sticky notes? I love sticky notes. If I'm going after 3 new people a month, I have 3 sticky notes on my desk and I fill those in with names as I go. Use sticky notes, use circles. I used to have my kids cut out little circles for our goals. At going gold, they made 20 circles on my wall and we filled in those names. Get your family involved. Number 4, track daily. I have one extra calendar where I track my points daily and I track success sprints daily. I like to see what are my averages. What's my average increase on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It helps me have a ballpark idea of where I'm going. Beyond that, get the family involved. If you're married, if you have children, get them involved, and then make it personal and make it emotional. Some of these prizes are cash prizes. Make it emotional, what you'll do with that cash. It's not just money that's going to go into your account and then pay the bills. Make it very personal and make it emotional. For us, some of our first emotional financial goals literally were to go to Chick-fil-A and let my kids order whatever they want. I can still picture the Chick-fil-A. I can still picture the emotions I felt as I told my kids they could order whatever they want on the menu. And for some of you here, that might be no big deal. And you do that every week and you could care less. But to us, we had never done that in years because we had struggled so greatly. Make it personal, make it emotional, and then give this all that you've got. Okay, with that, I have the sheer honor on to Rachel Watkins. I'm going to mute myself. Take it away.
Hey, everybody. Like she said, my name is Rachel Watkins. I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I get to share with you one of the ways that you're going to accumulate those convention contest points. It's by enrolling new level 1s. So my topic for you is the top tips, and I actually have a list of 6. So I'm like my girl who just spoke with the lists, pen and paper. So if you guys are taking notes, you're going to make a list 1 through 6, top tips for enrolling new level 1s. All right, number 1, you have to have belief not only in the products, but you have to be a product of the products. So let's break that down just a little bit. So belief in the products. Maybe you're a new ambassador, you're new to Plexus, maybe you haven't even gotten your welcome pack and you're like, okay, well, I want to achieve, convention, work on these prizes, but you don't really have belief yet. Well, some belief brought you here. You took the belief of your upline or your best friend or your aunt or your uncle or, Joe down the street that brought you in to start using the products. Well, the way you're going to believe and build that belief into yourself is consistency. You got to take your products consistently. If you do that, you're going to start seeing changes in yourself, in your health, in your happiness, in your family, if they're using them consistently. So consistency of use of our products. Then we have to build the belief. We have to be a product of the product. This is all still number 1. How do we do that? Well, if you like it or not, this is social selling. This is network marketing. So we're going to use our network on social media as well as your network in social situations. So like tonight, I've got one of my Plexus branded sweatshirts on. You're going to wear your Plexus clothes. You're going to carry your Plexus bags. You're going to have your cups. Inside your bags, you're going to have samples, because at the gym, when people see that my pre-workout's a little bit different than the typical color, they're going to be like, what do you got over there, girl? And I'm going to be like, I have active. You want to try a sample? Like, I got it in my gym bag. You've got to be talking about the products and sharing about them on social media and in person. All right. Moving on to number 2. So we got belief in the products. We're talking about the products. We're a product of the product. Now we have to have belief in our business model. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, not only do we have to learn about the products so that we understand how they work and, what the ingredients and stuff do and, all of that, we have to understand our compensation plan, and we have to have belief that this can take us somewhere, from point A to point B. And how do we do that? Well, just like how we are a product of the product, we're going to talk about our business model, about our compensation plan, in social situations and on social media. So, you might not have this huge, elaborate, crazy, amazing. I've seen the testimonies posted. I've heard them in person of, I've paid off thousands of dollars of debt, or we were able to go on this trip around the United States in an RV. Like, those are awesome. So still be posting about that, because you're going to attract people that speaks to. But what's even more amazing is bringing that down to the smallest level, like what was just told to us about the Chick-fil-A story. Like, it's okay as a silver or as a gold. You might not think that you have this great, amazing business testimony, but if your Plexus check paid for your car payment that month, or your Plexus commission check was able to pay for your daughter to take a gymnastics class that for months and months and months you had told her, no, like, we just don't have it in the budget right now, or whatever tiny little thing. If you're able to go shop organic and you've never been able to do that, that is a victory. So share it with people, share it on your social media. All right, that was number 2. Number 3. All right, this is something that I struggled with. A balance of tip number 1 and tip number 2. All right, I am a nurse. I'm also a personal trainer. I love anatomy and physiology and diving into the science of how our products work and all of that. But what then I ended up doing was only talking about the products and how the products worked and how I love the products. I was taking selfies with the products, posting about ease, posting about this. Well, what does that do? That brings in just consumers of the products. So we have to have a balance of talking about the products and talking about the business. That's where content calendars are huge and will help you with the organization of that. Number 4, all right? I think this is number 4. Yes, sorry. My notes are like all over the place here. All right, number 4. So your product of the product, you're using the products, you've got some changes, you're talking about the business. Well, you're starting to attract people. You're starting to get, people talking in your DMs. What is that stuff? Or like, at daughter's dance, or, at game night with all of the people in your neighborhood, people are starting to ask you. Well, something's going to really, really help, not just hearing it from you, but as third party confirmation. And you know what? We have amazing, amazing things the corporate brings down to us so that we can plug people in to Motivation Monday. We can do the why now, why Plexus, or why Plexus, why now webinars. We plug our potentials into those. People asking about the products, asking about the business, but also you have someone that brought you to Plexus. Throw them into a 3-way conversation with you and whoever your sponsor is. If your sponsor's not available, or maybe not necessarily a business builder, reach out to your closest business builder, because I promise you, they're going to want to support you in these 3-way to help you work through the conversations to end up bringing that person to Plexus. Okay, so now this person is ready to take the leap, and they're going to get a welcome pack, or they're going to get their first order of products, because when we enroll a level 1 with a welcome pack during this convention contest section, this 90 days, we get 10 points for every level 1 that gets a welcome pack, and 10 points for anyone that orders 100 PV or more. That's awesome. That's awesome. So we've got this person, they are ready. Get them on the phone, get them on a FaceTime, get them on a Zoom, or meet with them to help them order. Not only is that impeccable customer service, but you're going to help them through the process so that there's no issues. And yes, sometimes we end up with, website issues and things like that. But being with them, you're able to talk calmly, and you're able to say, hey, I'm going to troubleshoot with you over this. It's going to be okay. Or smooth sailing, you got their welcome pack. And now you can say, hey, let me give you some steps of what you're going to do between now and when your welcome pack comes. We're going to work on water intake, all that good stuff. But also it shows that you care about them and not just the sale. The conversation hasn't ended with, okay, here are your steps to order. Awesome. Thank you. No. We want to support them and make them feel like they're your only person ordering from you. Lastly, nope, we're moving on to number 5, or nope, that was number 5. Sorry, did I even tell you that was number 5? That was number 5. All right, moving on to number 6. Once they've ordered, you've got to plug them in. I know Jennifer is going to talk about the retention credits, but guys, when you have a level 1, like this is so awesome for this contest. When you have a level 1 order, let's say they order this month, next month, if they reorder again with a qualifying order, you get 10 more points. And then the next month you get 10 more points if they keep ordering and it's a qualifying order of 100 PV or more. Well, how do people stay? Impeccable customer service and use of introduction of proper use of the products. So we have to plug them into places that they're going to get support not only from you, but also from this incredible Plexus community. So your team probably has a customer support page. You probably have a wellness page. If you're slowly building up your number of customers or your number of brand ambassadors, put all of them together in a chat group and support them there, building that community, building those relationships and providing support throughout their entire journey and shouting out their victories, non-scale and scale is going to just wrap them into this amazing love of Plexus and want them to not ever go away because they love it so much.
I always wait to see if it will unfreeze. Okay, so I'm going to transition it over for her. So, by the way, was that not really good? She had like super amazing, clear steps. Ali Sullivan is going to share with you about how do I get levels 2 through 4? Like I can handle this whole, I'm going to get level 1s, but then how do I get them to go out and get people? So I'm going to pass it over to her.
Okay, yay. Thanks, Jen. I'm so excited. I love everything that Rachel shared. And really what's so exciting about it is that a lot of that is the same steps for helping your levels 2 through 4. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is share with you what you get when you help levels 2 through 4 join and some of my favorite tips for helping to do that. Okay, so when you have a level 2 join, okay, so you help a brand new level 1, your goal is let's help you go silver, right? That level 2 that signs up with a welcome pack is going to give you 10 credits. If a level 3 signs up, you get 5 credits. If a level 4 signs up, you get 5 credits as well. Okay. Now, why is this so exciting to help your levels 2 through 4? Why should you not only be focusing on like, well, let me just recruit as many people as possible? Yes, that is huge. But let me just pull it back to what Krista was saying in the beginning, that number 2 point of do it for your team. Right? With one of the amazing things about this business is that as we help others rise, we rise too. Okay. And so one of the best strategies that you can have for a contest and for growing your business that will last is to help other people succeed. All right. And so by helping other people succeed, by helping new level 2s, level 3s, and level 4s join, you are going to be helping your team. You're going to be casting vision. They're going to believe this is possible for me. Maybe I cannot just go silver and get my products covered, but maybe I can actually do this as a business. You are going to build their belief in this company, in these products, and most importantly, in themselves. All right. And that fire is just going to catch, it is going to spread. And this is where you start to see huge momentum in your business. Okay. But let's talk about some actual practical tips to do that, because we don't want to overcomplicate things. Okay. Let's keep it simple so that everybody is doing the same thing. And that is a way that you're going to continue to grow your business and help every single person. All right. So I love that Rachel mentioned group chats and phone calls, because quite honestly, those are some of the most important, most valuable, and most effective tools that we have in this business. And the reason why is because when people feel connected, when they feel community, they are more likely to plug in, to get involved, to stay, to say yes. Also, it provides third-party validation. Third-party validation is basically just they heard it from somebody else, right? You call your sister and like, okay, yeah. But when they hear it from someone else, they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess my sister's not crazy, right? This is a real thing. So now with your levels 2s, 3s, and 4s, you get to be the person to step in there with confidence, because this isn't your friend. This isn't your person, you get to step in there and you get to be the one who's like, yes, this is what you're going to do. Okay. So what are the best tools that you can do when you are getting in these group chats with people? You're having every single level one, every new level one, every existing level one, put you in a group chat with their potentials. All right. Now, if they're a brand new person, how are they going to find potentials? By doing a shout out post. All right. A shout out post can be as simple as they post a picture of their pink drink the first day they get it, and they say, day one, here goes nothing. All right. That can be their very first post. Or if there's someone who wants to give a little bit more, they can say, I'm super excited. I ordered the best gut health products. Thank you to my friend Ali for showing them to me. Anybody else who wants to feel better or lose weight, you should do this with me. Okay. Something like that. They share a little bit of your story and why they're excited. They tag you. And then this is what you tell them. Any single person who comments or messages you, you put them in a group chat. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to say. Okay. So when you tell them to put them in a group chat, you're going to say, this is what they're going to say. So you're going to send them this verbiage. Okay. And I'll put it in the chat when I'm done talking. All right. But this is what you're going to do. Say, I'm so excited you're interested. You are going to love my friend Ali's story. Hold on 1 second. And then they're going to start the group chat with you and with their friend who is interested. Okay. And then they're going to say, oh my gosh, Ali, this is my friend Sara, and she was interested in my post. Can you just tell her your story? And then so if this is me and I'm doing this with my level one and their friend who's interested, I'll say, oh my gosh, yay, of course. And I have my story, like a paragraph of my story in my notes, and I copy and paste that in with a before and after photo. If you have one, if you don't have a before and after photo, that's okay. If you just share your testimony, but I'm going to tell you, write one up, put it in your notes of your phone or in your Evernote, whatever app you use, and you copy and paste that, because guess what? You're going to be having a lot of people put you in group chats. All right. And so this is the best way you're doing it. And then you say, if you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? All right. And this is where then you get that conversation going. All right. And you're going to help these people join. You're going to help them get started. And then with every single person who joins your team, whether they are a level one or now you've just been added into a group chat. Now, say somebody is super excited, their friend trusts them and they join them without putting you in a group chat. You're going to have them still put you in the group chat after they join by saying that same thing. I'm so excited you're getting started. You're going to love my friend Ali. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So if they didn't add you before they joined, they're going to add you once that new friend joins. Okay. And because that group chat is powerful, it is third-party validation. It is you being able to cast a little vision. And it's also you being able to ask them the things that their friend is scared to ask them, or that maybe they're not going to trust them on. Okay. It's super powerful. All right. And so so you're going to have this conversation with every single new person who joins. Okay. Now I prefer to sign people up over the phone, whether they're a level one or I'm helping a level 2 or 3. I like to call them and either do it for them or walk them through. Our sign up process right now is so simple, but the value of, so everyone can do it on their own, but there is value in doing it on the phone. And the value is they get to hear your voice and hear, I'm so excited for how your journey is gonna unfold. And I pride myself in helping people get their products covered, because I never, ever want finances to get in the way of you and your health journey. And we want to make sure that you can stick with these products for 60 to 90 days so you can really see what they're going to do. Okay. And then you say, can I show you how to do that? Most people are, oh, got my product. Sure, you can show me. Okay. And so doing that over the phone. Now, if someone really can't get on the phone to sign up, then you can do that in a group chat, or ideally in a voice message in your group chat. But having that conversation with every single person, because then what happens when they say, sure, you can tell me, you can say, all right, awesome. I want you to do a Facebook post for your friend who helped you just get started. And if anyone is interested, you're going to put them in the group chat. Or if it's brand new, their sponsor's brand new, you say, you put me in the group chat. Okay. And you're going to help walk them through. So you guys, this is literally, you can do the same thing with every single person. And you know what happens if you're new level one, they've put you in a group chat with 3 different people and they've seen you do the same procedure with every single person, and they are having people sign up and they're seeing the same thing. What's going to happen? They're going to be able to do the same thing with their people. Okay. And do you see how this makes your business duplicatable? So not only are you going to be earning all of the prizes with convention through success sprints, but you are going to be building a business that lasts, a business that can work, even if you're not the one doing it, because now your level 2s know how to do it. Now your levels 3s know how to do it. Now, when you're adding really, really, really fast and your people are adding fast, you may need to be the one in the group chat with those 3s and 4s. Okay. Because your people are still new, but have them in it with you so they get to keep watching and they watch you do it the same way with every single person. But I would say once they go silver, tell them, hey, you're going to be the one to do it. All right. And they can still screenshot you the group chats and be like, what do I say here? I forgot. And you still give them that same exact verbiage. Okay. So they do the shout out, they do the group chats, you're getting people on the phone, and you're having that same conversation with every single person. I pride myself in being able to help every single person get their products covered. Right? Because I do not want finances to get in the way of your health journey. How can I tell you how to do that? All right. So I am super excited to see you guys not just add levels 2 through 4, but to be able to grow your team deep and wide so that you can have a verbiage. I'm reading your message there, Jen. That's good verbiage, but so that you can have a business that lasts. So you can earn all of those prizes at convention. You have a business that lasts. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. But I just want you guys to be able to ignite what is possible for your team. And then, like Rachel said, every one of those new people who are joining, they're getting plugged in with the community through the phone calls, through the group chats, but then you're inviting them to something, adding them to the pages, doing the same things that your sponsor did with you that has you here on this call, excited and listening. And you guys, let me just say, this is about gut health. It is about changing people's lives through gut health, but it is so much more. When people can help one friend join, the accomplishment that they feel, that not only did they earn a little money, but they just helped a friend, they do not get that in many other places. So you are really helping just fuel this fire. There is a ripple effect that happens when you are willing to get on the phone, get in a group chat with your level 2, your level 3, your level 4. All right. So I'm going to close out there and let Jen take it over to the next part.
Everybody's freaking out, loving the verbiage. Put it in the chat. I'm going to take it to, like, I would never want finances to stand in the way. Like, I'm going to say that too. So the other day I'm going through my virtual office, looking at everybody that joined in December. And I started to see this trend where everybody that was joining happened to have the exact same upline. And I was like, everybody's adding people and they all have the same upline. So I messaged this girl and I'm like, Lauren, how are you getting all your people to start sharing? Like, how are you making all these silvers? And then I realized, hey, you want to share on my convention strategy Zoom? Because that's huge. And she's going to share. So she just is actually traveling back from Arizona, but I don't care if she's in a car or on a train or on a bus, because we want to know, how are you making some silvers? So Lauren, here you go.
All right. Well, I'm actually driving in a car back from the airport and it's very icy. So, but I am pulling into my driveway. Let's see. My biggest way to share with you guys to make silvers. I love to talk and I love to share things that are good with people. If something is so good, I don't want to keep it to myself. And so when I add somebody to my team, I don't bombard them right away with like, hey, you need to sign 3 people up. What I say is gently approach the subject by asking if they could use a little bit of extra money. In December, it was an easy conversation because it was, hey, did you pay for a lot of things with credit to make this extra cash? Let me show you. If you can grab 3 friends, family members, whoever, then and they sign up with a welcome pack or 100 PV, then you can earn these bonuses. And I'll send them a picture of the chart with the current bonuses. And so I think I had either 3 or 4 go silver in December by me just saying, like, this is a great opportunity. Not only are you helping your budget by getting this cash, but you are also helping your friends and your family members with something that is going to be far greater than any amount of money you could earn. And so, some people are like, well, I don't really want to share until I've tried the products. And my question to them is, or my statement to them is, I understand that. However, it is easier for you to do this journey and be successful on this journey if you grab friends or family or whoever to come and do this with you. And I said, and you can tailor your posts later. Once you've tried the products, you can say, hey guys, check out this. This was my before picture. This is my after picture. You know, I am loving these products and I've already grabbed a handful of friends that are joining me. I would love to have more people to join me on this health journey. And so that's what I've been doing as well in January. The first part of January, I have just been posting on my page every day and making sure, and in my story, and, you know, following up with, if anybody likes it, I'll send them a direct message and I'll say, hey, you know, is this are you new to Plexus, or have you heard of Plexus before? And then I just kind of gently start that conversation. Another great thing that I have found, and this is new to me, but this is my fourth event with them, is there are some events on Facebook that are vendor events, just like you would normally go to like at a church locally or something, but it's all done on Facebook. And I have been able to snag a lot of people from those because people haven't heard about Plexus on these events. They're from all over and they haven't heard about Plexus, or they've been interested, but they've never known somebody who's been able to help them with the product. And 3 of my people that went silver in December were from those events. So I know that's kind of a little bit off of my topic, but I did want to share that because I think finding that right audience and grabbing extra people, you never know who you're going to grab and what that's going to lead to. So I did end up with several silvers that way as well. And just sharing in person on my page, and just making sure, and I can't remember who said it, but wearing your Plexus swag. Got a ton of that stuff in my closet. And all through the airport today, people were like, talking to me about my sweatshirt. And so it was good conversation to start with those people as well. So just really when you get your people to join, just share with them, just say, this is too good to not share with those people that you love and care about, because their health is, our overall goal is to help them get super healthy and stay healthy.
And you know what? I can't help but notice this, and I bet everyone else noticed it too. I didn't sense a single bit of hesitation. I didn't sense any type of like weird self-talk that you're having, like, should I say it? Should I not say it? Will they still like me? I heard nothing. I just heard this directness, this boldness, this confidence, and it made me trust you. And so I think that's part of it too. And Lauren is just absolutely killing the business. She does have an amazing upline, and her name's Alita. So that's another special part of the story. Okay, so thank you for doing that. Go hop on your coaching call. I know you have one, and thanks for giving me a couple of minutes. That was awesome.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Okay, so we have
Thanks.
2 more people, and one's Sara Marble, and then I'm going to share about retention. And I know that this is a long Zoom, but guys, let me tell you what's on the table. You've got a convention store credit. You've got winner's dinner where they potentially could be branding a piece of beef with the word Plexus in it. Got $125 in cash, then $500 in cash, then $1,000 in cash, then a gala that maybe someone like Kenny G would be at. I don't know. And then $2,500 in cash. This is huge. Like, there's a lot on the table. So let's go ahead and really give it our all. We're going to talk with Sara because I asked her, I said, you're really good at mapping, and you're really good at, let's say you have a desire to rank up, and you're just going to wait and see what happens. And then the last 2 days of the month, you're going to go completely insane and message everyone, go into adrenal fatigue, and then hate Plexus. No, ma'am. We're going to map now. So go ahead.
Awesome. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is, Jennifer Leath, you have a God-given gift for collaboration. And I am telling you that these calls, I literally just turned on my heart rate monitor and my heart rate is 116 right now. Like, I have been in this for 11 years, and you have the ability to collaborate like no one else. And the fact that we're all together learning, and the fact that nobody knew what anybody else was talking about, and it's just all falling into place. Like, I'm giddy because everybody that just talked, I heard passion, I heard enthusiasm, I heard practical tips and action steps for walking away with how can we do this. And literally the notes that I have in front of me that was like this download all goes together. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? I don't know, my screen view is weird, but that's all good. We're just gonna keep going. Okay, so thinking about all of this, I want to reach you John Maxwell's law of navigation, okay? And that's a big fancy word for saying anyone can steer a ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course, okay? But before I have you guys stressing about level 2s and developing silvers and all of that, I want you to remember, we have to first lead ourselves well. Okay, so we're going to take it first to how does this apply to me, and then quickly turn it over to how can we do this in helping to develop other people. The great thing about this is a few things that I've jotted down have already been mentioned in detail, so I don't have to go into any detail, so we'll be able to do this really quickly, but I want you guys to listen to this. A leader is one who sees more than other people see, who sees farther than anyone else can see, and who sees it before others do. So here I want you guys to think about when you hear Krista talk about taking her kids to Chick-fil-A, I literally got tears in my eyes. That evoked such an emotional response of vision for what does this mean for me. So when you take this goal and say, how am I going to navigate through mapping and charting out this goal? It does need to mean something for you. So I want you guys to remember that. That was very, very, very important. So I want you first to say, okay, I have to predetermine my course of action. What does this contest mean to me? How is it going to grow my business? Where am I going in 2022? If you have not taken a few minutes to sit down and say, why am I here? Why am I going to show up? Who am I doing it for? And establish what that is going to be for you. None of this will matter. None of this information is going to mean anything to you, okay? So the first thing is, what is my course of action going to be and why? For myself and then for my team. The next thing is you have to write down those goals, okay? I want you to look at that printout and say, $1,000 sounds amazing. And then I want you to be crazy, bold, and say, I'm going to set my goal for one step higher than that. I'm not going to settle. I'm going to push, like Krista said. I don't want to miss it by just a few credits. So we're going to do the mapping and charting for what it would take to get to that big, scary goal and push as hard as we can and be grateful for wherever we land with that. Okay. But you have to know what the goal is and then how we're going to get there. You have to adjust your priorities. You can't sit here and tell me that you're going to sweep the contest and then say that you've got 12 minutes a day to work this business. Okay, you have to have your priorities be in complete alignment with this is a season in my business where I will be rewarded with the contest prizes. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to be building a business, ranking up and making a difference in the future for my family and everybody involved in this journey. Okay. So it might be that you have to learn to time block. It might be that you have to say, you know what, I'm going to quit watching TV. When I was making a big push and working the business, I was like, I don't have time. I'm a tired, busy mom. I don't have time. And then I had to admit that I was watching American Idol and Parenthood, and I single-handedly voted Kelly Clarkson as the first American Idol. Like that was me on speed dial. I did that. So I was like, okay, there you go. I got to stop watching American Idol and start reading books and investing time into this business. Okay. I had the time. I just had to adjust my priorities. Okay. Then we have to identify and notify our shareholders, the people around us in our family, the key personnel. You have to say, kids, guess what? From this time to this time, you guys get screen time because mama's jumping on a business Zoom or a three-way chat and we're going to get stuff done. But when this happens, we're going to Chick-fil-A and you get to order whatever you want. When you get that buy-in from the people around you, which when I was initially growing the business and working for that very first ever shopping spree in New York City so that I could go buy my Louis Vuitton and all of the things, I did not have buy-in from my husband. And I had to sit him down and explain, this is what this means to me and why I'm going to adjust my priorities for this goal that I have set. Allow the time you have to be realistic. Okay. So you have to say, this is going to take an hour a day. I have to show up consistently as I'm navigating through this. Expect problems. Now, here's where I want you guys to remember. We are in the middle of January, so we still have this whole quarter, but January is coming quickly to an end. So you guys have to remember that as you start setting these goals and working towards those goals, as we're mapping and doing our posting, our messaging, our shout out posts, our three-way chats, our stories, getting people signed up, you are going to come up with obstacles and roadblocks for somebody's not doing great with their product. Somebody said, no, thank you. Somebody left a chat, all of those things. Be aware and ready to be able to, one, know that those challenges and obstacles are coming, but two, be able to build belief so that you can navigate and move through that so that you don't get discouraged. I really would hate for somebody on January 20th to just throw in the towel because they had somebody reject them or had a fear of failure or whatever the case might be. Arm yourself with the right people around you and get on this type of collaboration so that you can navigate through those challenges. I want you to remember, kind of in summarizing all of this with the law of navigation, let me give you a really quick practical application, is review what you are doing. Okay, so if you say, this is my goal, and this is the time and effort that I'm putting into it after I've notified my shareholders and adjusted my priorities, if you are not seeing results, you have to review and say, is what I'm doing working? And if the answer is no, you have to review and reflect and ask an upline or somebody to help you understand, am I doing the right activities? Because you might be posting, but you might be yelling at your audience. You might be posting, but you might be posting the wrong thing. There's ways that you can adjust as you're navigating through. I always loved the talk that I listened to once. It was plan, do, review, adjust. Plan, do, review, adjust. Okay, so you make the plan, then you do it, and then you review. Is this working? Yes, keep going. Is it working? No. Okay, where do I need to adjust, shift, learn, grow, read a book, manage a skill, whatever the case might be, to continue navigating forward. Okay, so now to bring all of this around, I want you to think about, okay, if I want to get to this level, whichever contest level you pick, and you're going to write it out, you're going to have your form. How many customers do I need? How many level 2s do I need? Can I rank up? Can I help somebody rank up? I want you to start mapping that out and remember that it's not going to be just you alone. You cannot do this by yourself. So then you are going to have a notebook or a paper printed out that says, Jennifer has 2 inactive level 1s. What can I do to help her go silver for the first time? You're going to write Jennifer's name down. You're going to start having a conversation with Jennifer. Jennifer, I'm really excited about this contest. I've been thinking, I would love to help you get your products paid for. Do you know a few people? You are going to start planning and mapping out a strategy for helping key people on your team as you're recruiting, sharing, posting, help them. So I want you to remember that with the law of navigation leading, it's not just steering. We are going to navigate and teach our people what they need to do, because guess what? 97% of the people in this business are kind of accidentally in this business, and they don't even know that they're necessarily in a business or want a business. They need baby steps of vision for, did you know if you did this, this would happen, and this is the bonus that you would be paid? And they might be like, all I have to do is share with 3 friends, and this is the bonus that I'll get. Yep. So as you baby step them to their next thing, I want you guys to get really good at navigating, instilling and placing vision. I see you, I believe in you, and you can do this. And you guys need to sit down over the next day or 2, and I want you to write down, this person can go gold, this person can go silver. And if you're new and you're saying, Sarah, I don't have that, it's going to be all new level 1 recruits that you can bring in now and help them get to silver and beyond. And by getting them to do a shout out post, getting them to post about their welcome pack, starting 3-way chats, saying, do you have 3 friends that can do this with you for accountability, doing the Facebook Messenger events, so the vendor event is essentially, you put a bunch of prospects in a group and you've got a series of 6 or 8 or 10 posts, and Jennifer and I have tons of templates that we can help you guys with for hosting. Maybe Jennifer, we can do that in February and just do a prospecting event where we can throw people in a 30-minute event. It's post where they get information. Why would I be interested in Plexus? Pique their curiosity, get them exposed to what Plexus is and why they need it. So we are going to systematically go through the law of navigation and navigate our own mapping and charting for where we want to be and how we're going to get there. And then we are going to look and say, who can I do this? Who can do this with me? Who can I help to chart and map? And you're not just going to call and say, girl, you need to go gold, because if you go gold, then I'm going to get this next prize. That's not how it goes, right? It's going to be, I see you. I believe in you. I know you know people who need the results that you've already experienced. Let's share about it. Have you thought about making a post? Do you have anybody that I could get on a chat with and share my story? And really, guys, those baby steps, we can baby step everybody all the way to the sky is the limit. So I hope that's helpful. Where am I? How am I going to get there? All of these things. And remember, you ready? What a person does consistently is what matters. So I don't want you guys to show up with full speed ahead this next week because we had this call and then kind of do this slow fade in February. We've got 3 months for Q1 to just make this happen, and the sky is the limit. So I'm really excited to see all of you set big, huge, wonderful, scary goals, and we're all going to do this together.
Wow, that was really good. And yeah, we'll definitely do that prospecting event. I think that'll be super helpful. We're going to talk about retention to close this out. And retention is one of those words that sometimes gets a little bit uncomfortable because we've proven with Plexus, we can bring people in all day long. We can do it. We can bring them in. The thing that we really need to be focusing on is keeping them. And I'm going to read you a couple of quotes here in a second, but I can't imagine a greater force of momentum for you with this particular contest than you going to each of your level ones or anyone that's a leader on your team in your levels 1 through 4 and saying, hey, I've gone ahead and set my goals for the convention contest. I wondered, what are your goals? Because they may not have looked at this. They may not be on this Zoom. They may not be feeling it. Sometimes when you haven't been in person for 2 years, you forget that you actually really do love this. And so when you go to them and have that conversation, I know Suzanne came to me and she said, let's get you working for that convention contest. And I couldn't actually believe that she thought I could earn something. It was really interesting to me because she had that belief as if, of course you can, and everybody can. So you need to have that kind of confidence when you're going to your people and get them invested in earning their prizes, which will ultimately end up helping you earn your own. So let's talk about retention really quick. I'm going to read you these particular quotes. Customer satisfaction is worthless. Customer loyalty is priceless. Unless you have 100% customer satisfaction, you must improve. The customer's perception is your reality. There's a big difference between a satisfied customer and a loyal customer. We're looking to create happy lifers. That's what we want to do. We want to have retention because retention allows us to feel like every month, these people orders are going to be going through, creating points for you, creating a stable business, and also it's creating for them a committed health journey. So how do we create retention? Well, we could incentivize and, hey, if you order this, I'm going to give you a carrot. And if you order this, I'm going to give you a braid. Like, no, we could do that. Yes, we could. We could constantly be incentivizing and all of these little nuggets to try to get people to stay. But that is a hamster wheel. That is something that you will absolutely be on forever until you actually operate in the true principles of retention. And the first principle is actually getting them plugged in. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Most people, they literally shut the door on this principle because they say, well, they told me they don't want a business. And so you don't put them into any pages because you're respecting their boundaries. Well, you're a business owner and you also are trying to coach somebody to have really great results with these products. And therefore, it cannot all come from you. The page is so important. So I would encourage you, if I guarantee you somewhere in your upline, you have some type of customer page, testimony page. That page needs to be utilized. So you're going to add them to the page. You're going to message them with the link to that page and explain, hey, I need you to accept the invitation to this page. It's going to have a lot of things that are going to help you have the very best results. I'm going to go ahead and tag you in some of the posts once you accept the invite. That is going to be for them a place of community. A lot of the leaders that run these pages do a really good job of asking questions, and they'll say, hey, somebody, or raise your hand if you've ever had help with migraines, and you'll see people going through and commenting. I have had so many people that have used the products with me as customers that actually begin sharing because they message and say, I had no idea the products could help with X, Y, or Z. They didn't learn it from me directly. They learned it from the page. The page is speaking in ways that I don't want to have to speak. Can you imagine if I just unloaded all of that on them at one time? So the community is super important. Community also includes events. Every level 1 should be personally invited to convention with you. I don't care if they're working a business or not. Coming to convention actually will show them that they want to be aligned with us as a brand. It's going to be beneficial for them. It's going to create friendships for them. When you are thinking about leaving a subscription, and I have so many of them, I've left some, I'm still doing others. I always count my cost. I say to myself, if I walk away, am I willing to say goodbye to all of the things that this has provided for me? For example, I order hair care products. Do you know why I still keep ordering them? And I don't even know if I really like them because I follow so many of their company's leaders and I absolutely love their social media. Get your people following amazing Plexus ambassadors. Emily Roberts is probably one of the top reasons I would never leave Plexus because I love following her. I think she is so funny, so fun. She loves her products. And I would say to you, you need to get your people following her. The more connected, the more invested in the community, the more likely they're going to say, I really don't ever want to turn my back on Plexus. It's not going to be the pop-up that says, are you sure you don't want to risk losing your perks credits? That's not going to be the thing that's going to get someone to be like, I'm never leaving this company. There's more to that picture. So get them involved in the community through pages, through events. You can even use the 3-way messages. All of that is part of that picture. The second thing that you're going to want to get people to do is refer 3. And we've kind of heard some tips all through this night about how we can get people sharing with their 3. But what I do know that's been the thread that's tied all of that together for everyone is it was not approached with hesitation. This is something that should be presented to every single person that joins. And when I moved into my very first apartment right outside of college, I remember when I signed the lease, they said, hey, you should take advantage of our referral program. When you have anyone come in here and look at the apartments and decide to live here, you're going to get money off your rent. I did not think that was weird. And they won't think it's weird when you say you should take advantage of our referral program. Anyone that uses your referral code, this is a new way of saying it, because if you use my website, what does someone immediately start thinking? Are you trying to sell to me? That's the first thing for some reason. But when you say, if they use your referral code, then you're going to be able to earn extra money that's going to pay for your products. So referral code is a really great verbiage for you to use going forward. Referral code is really just that personalized link that they can actually use to get people to join and order welcome packs. Now, getting them to refer 3, the other part of that puzzle is it has to keep going. It can't stop there. So if you create for yourself a system of duplication, whatever that looks like, whether you're like, every time someone joins, I'm going to do what Ali says. I'm going to make sure they do a shout out post and I'm going to make sure they do the 3-way chat. Whatever you do it over and over and over and over again so that everyone that joins that team, every single person will do that exact same activity because they wouldn't know any different. It's just the thing we do. So make sure that you're using a system, make sure you're bringing it up, and you can use some type of time-bound excitement by saying to them, I wouldn't want you to miss out on this. So I wanted to tell you, we do have something called a fast start program. If you're able to do something and you can explain what you want them to do, we have 2 people that just went fast start Ruby and fast start senior gold. I'm still trying to pick my jaw up off the ground, but it is possible. There are people that want to take advantage of that opportunity. Okay. The third thing about retention is this: get them the very best results on their products. And that part might make people feel a little bit intimidated because you don't feel like you're a health coach. You don't know all about the different products. You don't like pushing people when they're like, oh, I'm going to quit. And you're like, okay, well, here's the number to call to get your money back. Like that is the normal default. The problem with that is if you want to earn cash, if you want to earn a gala, if you want to earn high prizes, then you got to act like a high leader. And a high leader is someone that doesn't let people give up on themselves. You have to learn to be a little bit more direct. And all of this will come through stretching yourself, learning from successful people. You begin to behave like a business owner. And so you're going to say to people the hard things. For example, we had a girl that she actually got started, got super excited, wanted to share the products. And then she suddenly sent a message that said, actually, I looked up all the ingredients in the products and I feel like if I bought all of them separately, it'd still be cheaper, which she ended up ultimately being incorrect. But if I had read that message and gotten defensive or said, okay, fine, well then don't tell people about the products, that would have shut the door. It would have been over. But instead I said, I don't think that's what this is about. I said, is it possible that you're worried what people will think about you? Because if you share the products, you are risking it all. You are risking your reputation. You are risking every bit of what makes you feel comfortable and cozy. But you know what else you're doing? You're risking amazing success, and you're risking greatness, and you're risking making memories with your family, and you're risking freedom. And that is worth the risk. So you getting somebody having their very best results on their products is going to come from you being able to say the hard things, really encouraging their consistency. And then I would also encourage you, whether you like it in paper. So I use a paper calendar. I put down each of the customers' names when they're actually going to have their subscription going out. I'm asking them, hey, do you know what your perks credits are? I bet you have something already built up for us to get you a free product. Every so often, I'll send people products to try that they haven't tried yet. I'd like to get them to add to their subscription, or put it into your phone as a reminder. They don't always need you to say, did you drink your water today? Or how's your fiber intake? Or how are you doing with consistency? Not bad questions, but not always the most connecting, because sometimes it can bring out the defensive in someone. Make it personal. Make a sandwich. Talk about something you've been struggling with. Ask if they've had that same struggle, and then encourage them at the end of that message. The more real you are, the more really connected they become to you. So retention is really about maintaining that relationship, getting them it's so involved that there's more on the table to leave behind if they decide to stop ordering the products. So that's all we got for you. A whole hour of convention nuggets. Go and download the flyer, just like Krista said. Start mapping it out, just like Sara said. Go ahead and go through those 6 nuggets that we got to get today from Rachel, so that you're ready to go out there recruiting your level ones. If you don't have Plexus swag, you can go to myplexusprint.com, or you can go to Pink Life Swag, or you can go to the Till Hippo. All of those have great Plexus swag. Be prepared for our amazing convention in June, because you can walk the stage as some of the top credit earners from this convention contest only because you made a plan and you took it seriously. So I believe you can do it. Thank you guys so much for everybody that shared. You're all amazing. And I will upload this recording right away because it sounds like people want to share it. Thanks again. Bye, everybody.